This is Teacher Sylvia, again with children's rights. You all know that we are children. We listen to our parents, but there are also things that our children, our parents have to learn from us. Yeah. So be ready with your writing tool, with your writing pad. We are going to start. You see, children have the right to play. They are swinging on the swings. Yeah. Children with special needs should also be catered for. They need to have food, they need to have shelter. You need to talk to them, you need to discuss. Yeah, our children have to be free. We need to give them freedom to do their work. Like you see, there's a gentleman there busy playing. Not work all the time. Yeah, our children have the right to safety. Yeah, make sure your children are well protected. They live in a protected environment. Yeah, it is very, very important. These children are innocent because they don't know anything. They don't know anything. So don't harm them. Don't torture them. Just give them freedom. Feed them very well. Like you see, this baby is well fed. You can tell. These ones are people that depend on their parents. They are dependents. They depend on their parents. They are not independent. They need food from their parents. They need education from their parents. So we call them dependents. People who depend on other people. These children have a right to education, as you see. Parents have to take their children to school. It's very, very important. Make sure your children don't walk naked. Parents must buy clothes for their children, clothing for their children. Yes, that means parents have to work hard. No excuses. Make sure that if you're a parent, you work hard. When the child falls sick, yes, she has to be taken to the hospital. Don't break any of these. These are all children's rights. Make sure the child is well treated. The child is immunized against killer diseases. Yes, like animals. We keep animals at home that we also take for vaccination. Even children must be immunized. Take them to the hospital for immunization. People with disabilities, you can look at that person. What does it mean? Disability is not inability. You need to understand that. This person has a problem with the legs, but he can't breathe. He can do something. Yeah, there are some religions that emphasize this circumcision. Take the children for circumcision. Yes, it is their right. Don't discriminate. Like you see the children, because they are white, they don't want to associate with this black child. That is very, very bad. That is very bad. We need to live with our friends in peace. We have, you see, these people have only a bowl of rice, which is shared by all the children. Food that is meant to be for one child is shared by all those ones. And see that the other little child has not been given. That is bad. We need to work hard and feed our children. These ones are suffering. They are suffering. These are the people that are very poor because they cannot settle in their country where they were born. You find them suffering, looking for where to settle. This person lost his parents. His parents died, and I think he needs someone to help him. He's an orphan. Some of them are kept in an orphanage. This is inhuman. Can you imagine if you do not take care of your child and he behaves and you let him look like that? Oh, wow. That is inhuman. Yes, we don't, that's the opposite of human, things that are not good to be done by human beings. Early pregnancies is also very bad. We don't want our children to be impregnated when they are still in school. That is very bad. We have to let the children study and finish their school. We have to do some chores at home. It's necessary for us as children to help our parents because they do a lot. It is not a good decision for you to drop out of school because of bad peer pressure. There are some of you that drop out before you finish. That is very bad. Make an effort to finish school. That is child labor. That is very, very dangerous. Can you imagine? You're making the child do what he's able to do. He's too young to carry that. He's too young to do such hard tasks. There's early marriage. We saw the early pregnancy. Now this is a very old man marrying a very young girl. That is early marriage. You're going to be imprisoned when you do such a thing. We don't allow bad touches. Yes, the child has the right to take you to court because you are violating her rights. Sugar daddy, that's a man that is already in the age of father, trying to fall in love with a small girl. That one is his daughter, and that is sugar daddy. Can you imagine? Someone, your father's age mate, trying to marry a wife that is your age. Yes, these are concubines. Your mother is married to your father, and then he gets some other women outside his marriage. We can see the sugar mommy. Much as we've seen the daddy, sugar daddy, there's also sugar mummies. She has the little boy, the boy that you've seen as her husband. Is that interesting? These two have divorced. You know the divorce, breaking the marriage or making the marriage end. You end the marriage. That is bad. Well, these are teenagers, what we call teenagers. These are from 13 years to 19. You need to know that word. These are teenagers. And adults, that one is already a person, an old person. That one is an adult, 19 years. That one is a minor. Make sure if you're a minor, 18 and below, you're a minor, don't try to engage yourself or allow your parents to make you do things for adults. Elderly, this one is person that is already old, and we need to give him respect because he's older. He's older than you, than your mother. Yeah, he's in the age of your grandmother, so he is an elder. Punishments, Yes, that is one example of corporal punishment that is not allowed, encouraged in school. When we want to punish our children, we have to make sure we find other means. That's a code that will be taken once you violate the rights of the children. It's very, very important for us to take care of our children very well. If you break any of those rules, rights, you're going to be accused. You'll be accused, you'll be arrested, you'll be charged. Yes, and you'll be imprisoned. That is child trafficking. Where are they taking children? Most of us want money. You want money, and every time you tell your parents, I want money, I want money. One day people will take you somewhere because they want you to work. To kidnap, another word is abduct, taking a child that is not yours. Where are you taking her? Incarceration, this is imprisoning a child in place of a father. Take an example of a father that has committed an offense and you don't find him at home, and then you take the child instead. That is incarceration. Imprison, that is imprisonment. Hey, you commit an offense, you breach the child's rights, I'm telling you, you're going to be imprisoned. That's the same incarceration. You know that children are in prison in place of their fathers. Is that good? And it is common in Asian countries. Yes, death penalty. You already know that. We saw that in the security. Yes, death penalty. I'm telling you, this is going to take place at the gallows. An animal is slaughtered and then that person is hanged. Children need peace. Children need peace, much as we also need it. It's very important that you live in a peaceful environment. Yes. We don't need to abuse people. Humanly, that is, make sure you treat your child with compassion. To abuse is to exploit, treat someone unfairly. Yes, because you want to benefit from his work. You let your child get married when he's still young because you want money. That is bad. Immoral, that is bad behavior. Adulthood, the age of being an adult, that is the stage of being an adult. We need to follow our custom, our culture. Don't harm the child. That is harmful. Gender is female or male. Our children should not be mistreated. We need to do things according to the law that is legal. We need to care for our children. Something that is done unlawfully is illegally. Morals, these are good manners. We always say this. You can see the children enjoying life. Yes, we don't need to mistreat them. Necessities are the basic needs. Our children should have the best needs. They have the right to expression. They must have a name. Give a chance to the child to express their feelings to you. Some of them are adopted, especially those who have lost their parents, or even when they have them but they cannot take care, can be taken care of by other people. Our children have the right to protection, have a right to protection, have a right to decision, and we need to teach them morals. We don't need to abuse, to exploit their rights. These are very young children that are loved by God, so we just have to take care of them and also give them a chance to make decisions. Yes, and teach them good morals. Good morals. That's why we always encourage them to also associate themselves with people that have good manners. We bear our children, can be stakeholders in our families. We need to respect our children because they are very good people. We also encourage children to respect their parents. We tell them to report whenever there is a problem, and we don't encourage abortion, that is kill a child when the baby is still in the stomach, in the womb. And some children are unhealthy because they've not been taken care of, they have no food, and that is very, very bad. We teach our children to be obedient. We don't rape is a very bad. Forcing a child into sex, that is very, very dangerous. Yeah, we discourage that. Danger, you all know that that's the opposite of something unsafe, unsafety. We encourage our children to do what is right. Negligence, that is failure to take good care of your child. Civil rights, these are individual rights. We have the parole, that's the conditional release of a prisoner. Custody, protective care and guardianship of a child. Suffrage, that is the right to vote in political things. So if you're old enough, you have the right to do that. You have the right to do that. Reads, that's to right to choose. Our children have the right to choose. Cruel, that is being unkind. If you're not innocent, then you're guilty. That means you've committed the offense. To advocate, that is to plead. Childhood, that is the act of being a child, or that time when you are still a child. Parity, that's the state of being equal. Yes, barren, that is when you do not have children, you cannot bear children, you're barren. You control, you protect, That's the simple language I can use. Importance, something that is important, that's the noun. Abduction is the same as kidnapping. Antecedent, those are the people that lived before you, your person's ancestors. Childbearing, you're bearing a child, that's the noun. Death, when you lose life, the act of losing life, that's death. Thank you so much for watching Children's Rights with Teacher Sylvia. yeah, you have the right. We've not told you to go and abuse people or disrespect them, because we've talked about this, but we just have to live together in harmony.